Wow, this movie reminded me so much of a Hayao Miyazaki film with like the dream sequences. Definitely the first Disney film to really have that anime inspired Ghibli feel. What's good is a boy dude reviews, and today we're going to check out Luca, a 2021 American computer animation coming of age fantasy film produced by Pixar Animation Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. The film was directed by Enrico Casarosa in his feature-length directional debut written by Jesse Andrews and Mike Jones, from a story by Enrico Casarona and Jesse Andrews, and stars the voices of Jacob Temberley, Jake Dylan Grazer, Emma Berman, and a whole load of other people. And what's this movie all about? Well, set on the Italian Riviera in the 1950s to the 1960s, the film centers on Luco Pangura, a sea monster boy with the ability to assume human form while on the land, who explores the town of Porto Rosso with his new best friend Alberto Scofano, experiencing a life-changing summer adventure. And just like how I said in the beginning, the design and animation were heavily inspired by hand-drawn stop-motion works by Hayao Miyazaki style, and the director described the result as a film that pays homage to Federico Fellini and with a dash of Miyazaki in the mix too. And the film premiered on June 13, 2021 and was originally set to be released in the theaters in the US on June 18th. However, in response on the ongoing pandemic, the film was released to Disney Plus, and so far has met with positive reviews and critics with praise for its visuals, voice acting, performances, and nostalgia feel. But what do I think of this film? Well, let's talk about the good. And the good is definitely that this film surprised me. I didn't even know this film was going to be released. I didn't hear anything about it leading up to it. I heard the film's name, but I honestly thought it was going to be like a short story. I didn't think it was a feature-length film, so that surprised me. I wasn't expecting the film to be focused on these two boys who are actually sea monsters. I thought it was about these two boys who find a sea monster, and it was that type of story. So that was a little bit of a twist when I watched the film. I didn't see any of the trailers, which was a nice, pleasant surprise. I do like the friendship between Luca and Roberto, as they're trying and dreaming of riding this bike off into the sunset together. And I really like their sort of experience in the Italian Riviera town and meeting the locals. I really like the feel and vibe. It felt very Ghibli when they first walk into the town and they see the people. It just felt like I was watching a Miyazaki. Very, very reminiscent of Kiki's Delivery Service, with the kids on the bike and riding around the town. The girl in the outfit reminded me of the boy with the glasses, and I really like Juliana's dad. He kind of reminds me of Flint Lockwood's dad in Cloudy for Chance of Meatballs. It's just big stoic dude, doesn't really talk that much. It's just such a cool, it's a bit of a cliche sort of trope, but I just love that trope every time it's used in any movie. The main quote-unquote antagonist is just a bit slimy. He feels like a slithering, like I just get Draco Malfoy vibes looking at him. Although he does do a lot of crappy things to certain characters in the film, which really makes your blood boil in a way. I like how subtle they made Alberto have feelings towards Luca. I think that's how it was, but people can interpret it that way. But it does feel like, from my perspective, it felt like more of like a brotherly bond than anything else. But I like how they weren't being so obvious about it. They were just sort of showing his expressions every time Luca was talking to Juliana. The animation in this film just looks so damn phenomenal. It's probably the most Looney Toony looking Pixar film I've seen at times. There were some sequences in like the halfway point when Roberto and Luca were just sort of like trying to figure out how to ride a bike, and it felt like I was watching a Looney Tunes short, like with their flappy arms, and it just felt really cartoony at times. But I like that style. I think it's a nice like change from like the more grounded and realistic animation style from the previous Pixar films, which was really nice. Again, the water sequences look pretty cool, but I kind of preferred the scenes when they were on the land. Like the land scenes looked really nice. It looked cartoony but also realistic, and the music really hit as well. Again, I got a lot of Ghibli vibes. I got Porco Rosso vibes. Again, Porto Rosso, the race that they're racing, and very Miyazaki inspired. But Let's talk about the not so good moments and the bad, and there's not too much bad about it. I will say the first act of the film with Luca arguing with his mom and dad, it felt very cliche. I felt like I was watching The Little Mermaid at times with Ariel shouting at her dad. The whole subplot with the parents just felt so damn cliche and reused, and I was like, I know where this is going. This is not original. I've seen this in Onward, I've seen this in Coco, I've seen this in Little Mermaid. It's the same trope. The kid wants to explore the big wide world, but their parents are sort of restricting them from seeing it or protecting it. It also felt like Moana, and then of course, no surprise, at the end they sort of come around and they're accepting of the world. Even the reveal of the two boys being sea monsters to the people, spoiler alert, it does happen. I mean, it's bound to happen. Didn't feel as like, they didn't react as surprised or shocked. They were like, oh, they're blue, that's cool. Like, the townsfolk were kind of surprised at first, but then they got kind of chilled about it. But I did like that one quote where I think the mom or someone else says that even though some people accept them, there will be people who won't in the big wide world. And yeah, that would make sense in the real world. And overall, this film was a great treat by Pixar, and I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I'll give it an A. Check it out, like this video, subscribe for more anime and manga and Disney reviews. Thank you for watching. Boarded Reviews, signing out.